Hey everyone, it's Kimberly with I Dream a Lot on eBay, Etsy, Poshmark. What am I missing? Sometimes Marketplace and Etsy. Did I say that? Anyway, quick intro before we get to the what's sold part of this video. I just am trying to show you kind of over my shoulder. You see that pile there? That is stuff that I took out of the garage. Stuff that hasn't sold. I've had it forever. And when I say forever, I mean years. So I'm going to do some really low, like start some low auctions, do some kind of like lot up like items and start my auctions at 99 cents. I'm going to give some stuff away. I'm just like consolidating, getting rid of stuff. So yeah, that is that pile there. And that is just kind of the start of this whole thing. It's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to show that. So let's jump over to the laptop and we'll talk about what has sold in the last week. All right, everyone. So we're at my laptop and we're going to talk about Poshmark first. So let me go over some numbers. So on Poshmark, I sold 16 items for a total of $397. So that's about $80 in fees. And my cost of goods, as you guys know, average out to be about $4 an item at the end of the year. So deduct the 60 plus the 80, and I am left with about $260 in my bank account. So basically you can think of it as I took $64, went shopping, bought some items, sold all of those items, and then I put $260 in my bank account. So not terrible, but not great. I'm really trying to increase my average sale price, but as I said in the intro, I'm getting rid of a lot of older items, so that really plays a large role in my kind of lower average sale price. I didn't do the average sale price, but if you just want to do the math yourself, it's 16 items. The 16 items sold for $397. So that'll give you the average cost of goods. So let's see. Let's just jump into it. And these sales are from February 6th through today, February 18th. It's about 7 o'clock. I'm on the East Coast, so I mean, I could get sales later, but yeah, so this is for February 6th through February 18th, 2023. So the first item is this vintage Timberland backpack, and I had it listed, I think, for about $85, and I had a lot of interest, and someone made an offer of $54 and I accepted it. There's no structural damage. However, there were just a lot of like different like flaws, like you can see there, and I tried to capture just everything I could. You can kind of see there, it's almost like, I don't know, something on the ends of those leather straps, but everything was in good functional condition. So the straps were not falling apart. There were no pulls away from the leather. So the bag is still very functional, but it is well loved. However, people like these old kind of leather and canvas bags. And I picked this up, I believe, for $1, and it sold for $54. So let's go back. All right, next is this vintage Shirley of Hollywood long red satin robe. It was just really pretty. It had like these bell sleeves and some lace around the collar. It had the belt with it, and I accepted an offer of $18. I thought I would have um, really gotten around $30 for this. However, I've had it for a couple months, and I thought it would sell, you know, before Valentine's or during Christmas for at least 30, 25 or 30. And it just wasn't moving, so I went ahead and just accepted an offer, and I'm fine with that. Again, remember, I'm trying to move older items. The next item is this vintage, very 1980s wool blend sweater dress, and I don't know if that's a horse or a zebra or a mule. I don't know, but it was very just kind of blinged out. It reminds me of, like, you might see a lady like in Las Vegas wearing this, sitting at the slots, smoking her cigarette and drinking her coffee and just having a good old time living her best life. I thought it was actually a cute, fun little sweater dress. I have literally had this dress probably 4 years, and it sold for $64. So I was very happy with that sale. Next is just a pair of men's Chelsea boots, and they sold for $23. I accepted the offer because I've had them for a while, a few months. They didn't sell. I thought they would have sold faster than they did, and I thought they would have sold in the fall or winter. We're kind of, you know, winding down as far as winter, and people are really starting to think of spring, although these are, I mean, they're a light color suede. I mean, you can wear these all year round, but anyway, they sold for $23. Next is a just a cool t-shirt. It's the Mountain brand, and it just has this cool bear. Let me show you here. See, just a cool graphic, and it did have the artist name there, and it's numbered. I don't know what any of that means, but I accepted an offer of $19, and that took a couple months to sell. Next, I sold this Barefoot Dreams cardigan. I have two of them. I have another one that's similar. I don't think the other one has pockets. But this one had two front pockets, and, you know, Barefoot Dreams, just super cozy, soft. These used to sell a lot faster and for a lot more money. This is an XL, so I was surprised that it just wasn't selling, and I finally accepted an offer of $22. So next is this little vintage, just a sweet little button up, just polyester, nothing special, but it had kind of this applique neckline and these sweet little like pearl buttons, no stains, no flaws, and it's Liz Baker. The brand doesn't matter. It was a size 10. It was just polyester, had shoulder pads, and it sold for $24. It took a couple years to sell though, so I think I've had it for, I don't know, maybe I've only had it for a year, but yeah. So decent little sale, but took a long time. My vintage blouses, like the little secretary blouses with the bows, and they're just not selling, and I don't know what's going on. They used to always sell, and I don't know if people just aren't buying them because they can find these style of blouses new. And I mean, who wants a polyester blouse? I get it. But I used to sell them. They're not selling on Etsy. I'm not selling anything on Etsy. Etsy is just dead for me. Anyway, let me know if you guys have good luck with your vintage blouses, like 60s, 70s, 80s. And where you're selling them and for how much. Maybe mine are just priced too high. Next is this vintage 90s kind of Y2K style crochet top. It was kind of like a little cardigan style. It had little buttons and then it tied in the middle, but I mean, it's obviously see-through. It's like all crochet, and that sold for $15. It was a size extra small and it took about a month to sell. Again, I'm not trying to pick up items that are not going to sell for at least $30, but oh my gosh, that little top was just adorable. I could not pass it up. And I think I got it for half off, so it was $2. Next is a pair of Vigos. Is that how you say it? Is it Vigos? Viga? Yeah, whatever. Vigoss. And these were just a pair of capri jeans with some bling on the pockets, and they were a plus size. I believe they were a size women's 22, and they sold on an offer of $19. Next is a little Dooney and Burke little wristlet, but it was missing the strap. So it was really just like a little wallet and nothing special, but it sold for $12. I bought it for $1. I just showed that in a haul video maybe a month ago. So it didn't take long to sell, but again, it only sold for $12. But I like to show these types of sales, especially when they sell within 90 days. So that you guys who are okay with doing more bread and butter at, you know, between $10 and $20, you can kind of see what will sell, what has a high sell-through rate. Next are these Y2K vintage London jean. This was Victoria's Secret sold these jeans. This was the Christie fit, and they were a stretch corduroy boot cut, and they were a size 10 tall, and they sold for $22. I've had them for about a year, so they took a while to sell, or maybe just under a year, but I've had them for a while. And then this pair of pants was just kind of these skinny fit, like work career pants. They were just pull on. I actually thrifted these for myself. I did not like the way they fit. They were just kind of cheap feeling. So I listed them and they sold for $10. Next is this soft surroundings. I just showed this in a haul a few weeks ago. It was a cardigan, really pretty with some fringe and some embroidery, and yeah, just really pretty in a large XL, and it sold for $27. So soft surroundings, especially really pretty prints and larger sizes, especially cardigans, they do well. This was an REI little just kind of workout, like bra top. I liked the color. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. It was a size large. So again, this is an item that did not sell for a lot, but I just had a feeling because it was REI and the color and the size. So all three of those factors, I knew it would sell, and it sold for $12, and it just took a couple months. And then I have these Vans tennis shoes, slip-ons. They sold for $18, and they took about 6 months to sell. Next is this Lane Bryant just blazer, black blazer, size 14, stretchy, and that sold for $16. It was with a bundle, but it took forever. I've had that for a couple years. And then the last item, which was with the bundle with the Lane Bryant blazer, is this Ralph Lauren dress, and that sold for, actually that sold, it says 31, but I think with the discount, I think we can call this like $25. That it was either 20 or 25. Let me see. Yeah, it was $22 for the dress. So Ralph Lauren dresses are great in larger sizes. If they're in good condition and they're at least a size 14, I just pick them up. I don't even comp them. because they usually sell within that 90 days. That's kind of what I consider, if I can flip something within 90 days, and I probably just came up with the 90 days because eBay, that's kind of how we all figure out our sell-through rate. So that's it for Poshmark. So again, an okay week, over $250 deposited into my account, but total sales was about $400. And again, everyone, I am very part-time. Like, I'm not even putting in 5 hours a week right now for my reselling business, because I'm just trying to get rid of stuff. So the most I'm doing is listing a few things here and there throughout the week, dropping prices, running sales. I'm not really thrifting. I mean, I kind of run into a thrift store here and there, but my focus right now is just to move inventory, because I need to get rid of my old stuff in the garage and kind of get everything housed again in my garage and get everything out of my spare bedroom. But in addition to that, I'm probably going to be moving in the next couple of months, about 3 months or so. So that's kind of also on my mind, is I'm just trying to get rid of stuff, because you know how that is when you move. And then once I get moved to my new home and settled and all of that, then I'll kind of pick back up and put in a little bit more time and be more consistent with eBay. So let's jump over to eBay. I meant to say more consistent with reselling, not just eBay. So on eBay, let's talk about the numbers. I didn't write down the number of items, I don't think, but I think, oh no, I did. It's 18 items, and I sold $384. And again, my average cost of goods is usually about $4, although it might be a little lower this year because I did have some opportunities to like go to the bins and go to some kind of mom and pop type thrift stores, and I have gotten some good deals, but I've also paid up for some things too. So anyway, I just like to say $4 because that's usually what it always is. But anyway, $384 after fees and cost of goods. You can say I cleared about $260. So overall, I cleared, after all fees and after cost of goods, I cleared about $500. So just clear profit. And then of course you have, taxes and things like that, but just basically think about it like $500. So let's just jump into it. I'm not showing you everything that I sold on eBay, but I just wanted to kind of go through a few items here. This is just a little cardigan. It was brand new, without tags. I mean, it had like the extra buttons and things, but it didn't have any other tags. It was just a really soft, cozy wool blend cardigan. The brand is Casper, which is not a brand that I would typically source. However, it was new with tags, and I did get this on a half off day. And again, it was just like super soft and cozy, and just the nice like neutral like blacks and grays and kind of a beige. And honestly, I thought it would have sold quicker than it did, and it sold on an offer of $13.50. Next are a pair of JCrew men's pants, and yeah, they just had a drawstring. They were brand new with tags, but they did have some markings on the inside. This particular thrift store, certain items they mark with an X on the inside when something is like new with tag, or it's not part of their program where people can come in with a voucher from the shelter to get free items. So there are certain things that they cannot get with the voucher, that you have to pay for them. So that's why they do that. But yeah, I still got $25 for these, and I probably paid $1 because that's one of those mom and pop type thrift stores, and I never really pay um, I never pay over $1 for anything at that store. So great profit. Next is a vintage pair of overalls. I love finding overalls, especially vintage overalls. These definitely had that 90s vibe. The front just said like American integrity, and it had this star, the red, white, and blue. It was a wide leg, and I believe they were cropped. But yeah, they were just a size small, and yeah, not much else to say other than if you find overalls, pick them up because they sell really well, and these sold for $30. Next, I used to sell a lot of hard goods. I love selling hard goods, but that's when I was working a lot less. And now I pretty much work full time in my career, so I just don't like to spend a lot of time packing, so I don't do a lot of hard goods, but I did buy these, I think, last spring. So I've had them for a while, but I just thought they were so sweet looking, and they were in pristine condition. There are no chips, nothing. Like, I mean, you can even see the bottoms. It looks like they've never even been used. And they were the midwinter stoneware mugs, and they were like stacking mugs made in England, and just really cute pattern, and they sold for $25. Next, I recently showed these Clark sandals in a haul video, and these sold on an offer for $20, and just a basic pair of black Clark's artisan sandals. They were size 7.5, and not much to say other than they were brand new. At least they look like they were brand new. I did say new. Uh-oh, I said new with box. I hope the person doesn't get mad. That should be new without box. Oopsie. I think they'll be fine. Nobody cares about the box. Anyway, yeah, so I sold those for $20. Next is not an exciting sale, but I wanted to share this. So this is Brooks Brothers, which their clothing is, you know, pricey. It's well made, and they definitely have a following. This was a men's button-up shirt, and it was actually a button-down shirt. So as you can see there, the collar is buttoned down. So use button down when it's actually buttoned down. If it's just a collared men's shirt without the buttons on the collar, you just say button up dress shirt or something like that. Anyhow, this was a men's size 2XL. It was called the Madison shirt, and I thought that I would have gotten at least $25 or $30. But I just wasn't getting much interest, and I really thought that Brooks Brothers, I just thought it had a better sell-through rate, and they sold for more. Anyway, I took an offer of $10. Now, I did make some money on the shipping because I get a shipping discount, and so I, you know, made a few more dollars. But do you guys sell Brooks Brothers? And if you do, are there just certain items? I probably need to do a little bit more research. This is a funny one. So the whole like Stanley mug craze that's happening or has been happening is kind of funny. But anyway, I've had this Stanley thermos, this vintage Stanley thermos forever, and there are a ton of them listed on eBay. And again, remember, I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I had the bright idea of, well, I'm just going to do, you know, an auction, and I thought it would sell for at least $10. Nope, $1.25, but I did end up making some money on the shipping, and so I think I ended up making like $6. But whatever, somebody got a good deal. I just thought that was funny. Next is just a Levi's men's small denim vest. This was in perfect condition and it sold for $35. So I always pick up Levi's vests and denim jackets. Next is a Chicos denim chambray top with the roll tab sleeves, and it was a tencel and cotton, so it was a really nice fabric. It was pre-owned, nothing really special, but it was a size 3, which is an XL, and I love selling Chicos. And let me see if it sold. Yeah, it sold for the price you see there, $25. Next is Maggie Barnes. This is a plus size brand, and I do like to sell this brand. I don't think this top is anything special, and it's really not even a cute top. So I accepted an offer of $20, but on Maggie Barnes, just more stylish pieces, I definitely get 25 to 35. So just keep that in mind. If you see Maggie Barnes, go ahead and pick it up. And this was a 5X. So next are these Under Armour Phantom sneakers. These were a men's size 11. I had a lot of interest, a lot of lowball offers. This tennis shoe has the what am I trying to say? Like the Bluetooth connection. You download this this app. What is it? My Run, or oh gosh, I'm forgetting. Anyway, it's in the listing. And anyway, these pictures are to show that it's working. So the shoes were connected, so it tracks like your run. Let me see what it's called. Let's see. Yeah, my Run app. So anyway, those sold for $25, plus I made a few dollars on the shipping. So I ended up making like $30 on those, which was nice. This is Gimmicks by BKE, and this was just a really cool button. Oh, I said button down. See, it's a button up. Button up. I'm super particular about that because anyway, whatever. It's a button up shirt. I said button down, no big deal. And it's just this flannel with like cool kind of Aztec type print, frayed, areas of the top, and it was a size medium. It was just really cool, on trend, and I accepted an offer of $15 on that. And let's see if I have anything else. Yeah, this sweater sold for $15. I just thought it was cute, very 90s, with like that mock neck and just the super stretchy ribbed sweater. And it was in great condition. It was like kind of in this like marled like red and black, and yeah, it sold for $15. And then the last item, oh, I loved this dress. This dress was so cute. Super 90s. So it had the tie back. So it tied in the back. It had this crisscross in the back. And yeah, it was like a midi length, sweetheart neckline. It kind of, I think it buttoned up. Did it button up? Let's see. Or was it a square neckline? There's the tie. Anyway, you guys get it. Very 90s, super cute dress. And that sold on an offer of $35. That is it, you guys. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in this type of content and just kind of seeing what is selling in terms of bread and butter, because that's a lot of what I find. And so I'm happy to show you know, look, even if you're in, you know, an area that doesn't get a lot of really the higher end brands or luxury brands, you can still make great money reselling if you know what to look for. And yeah, so I like to kind of share what works for me, and maybe you can take bits and pieces of what I'm doing, what other resellers are doing, and then just kind of create your own business model and what works for you. There's kind of like a lot of trial and error in reselling, and then you kind of get in your groove and you find what works for you, and then sometimes you have to switch it up. So yeah, that is it. Have a great week, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.